Welcome back to Having Some Boyfriend. This is Saida.
And I'm Chancellor. Nice to see you guys again after such a while.
Nice seeing you guys. And guess what? Of course, I was fragrance shopping. Never stops.
And I was actually out in Paris. So we'll share some insights with you, some of the stuff that I've caught. And I actually visited the Guerlain store in Paris.
Exactly. Chancellor's in Paris, not me, but it's for work, you guys. But we'll go ahead and discuss it. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, guys.
Everybody, do you want to kind of share more about your trip to Paris?
So I won't bore you guys with the semantics of my trip, but the main thing was Saida said, "Okay, well, sweetie, since you're going to be out in Paris, see if there's a Guerlain store."
I knew it was one.
So, and I happened to be staying in the district, the Opera district, and there was one like right there, like 5 minutes away from the hotel that I stayed at. So, ended up going there. It's a nice little boutique shop. I had the doorman there. It was like really, really good. It was like it was what I would imagine it would be. It's like nice and small, but like full of fragrances.
What hotel did you stay at?
Yeah, so it was actually the Paris Hilton Opera. We stayed in the Opera district, and it was like right there, like less than a 5-minute walk from my hotel.
All right. Like, how many days were you out there?
So we're out there for a week. Ended up getting to see the Louvre. Didn't get to check out a few more of the sites that I wanted to see. It was a business trip slash vacation, but of course I got to see the Eiffel Tower sparkle and lit up at night, and it was an absolute dream.
Oh, that sounds really exciting then. I can't wait to go myself. But, had Chancellor, I said, Chancellor, I can't go to the Guerlain store. I've never been to Paris. So I was like, yeah, can you please check it out for me and see what's going on in there, what's cracking, right? All right. So here we have a Guerlain fragrance. This beautiful box, of course, with the bow and everything. And I'm just going to do it quickly. This is really cool. It's magnetic, so it's like a keepsake box. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna stuff the store in it, right? It had some like white fluff in there. I threw that stuff out. I'm that kind of person. I just throw stuff out. It's some samples. Now let's get to the fragrance. All right, we have Guerlain Paris, Les Estons Magique, Eau de Parfum. well, and this is from the Legendaire line. So the thing with this one is, so I actually I had a sample of I do have a sample of Rose Sherry. I have it still because I sprayed it on today, so I can kind of compare it with this one. Now this fragrance is really nice. It has rose and musk and what's called almond wood. Rose Sherry is something that I actually had my eye on for a bit, and I really like the scent of it. But so L'Instant Magique, Chancellor, when he traveled to Paris, he actually liked the smell of this one way more than Rose Sherry. So grab this one for me, and I really like this one too. So we go ahead and get into the notes.
All right, guys. So we're gonna give a little bit of a backdrop here on like what inspired this fragrance. So here we go. A fragrance between dream and reality. L'Instant Magique is part of Guerlain's legendary fragrance collection, a collection made of emblematic fragrances composed for more than a century by 5 generations of perfumers. These mythical pioneer perfumes compose a unique olfactive library that the Maipen Guerlain endeavors to preserve. L'Instant Magique transports you to a dream world with this immediate identifiable scent. It illustrates the instant when a dream suddenly becomes possible. L'Instant Magique is a light, soft fragrance, a mist that caresses on a bed of wood and musk. Sounds absolutely ethereal. Now, a legend of fantasized love wrapped in roses and white musk. Opening with bergamot, L'Instant Magique goes on to reveal a musky floral scent with fresh rose notes. A scented trail of white musk worked into a muscanade, a nod to the famous Guerlainade, follows, all worn by almond wood. So let's get into the notes, starting with rose, right? So harvested in Bulgaria and too delicate to travel, roses are made into an essential oil on site using steam and or direct fire distillation. The resulting rose oil brings a floral and fruity note to fragrances. get into white musks. Musks are skin-loving materials which, by evoking clean, velvety scents, teeter between innocence and sensuality. Their elusive, powdery fragrance melts with the skin to develop into an intimate, comforting fragrance trail with exceptional staying power. Ending with the almond wood. Sandalwood notes in an almond accord bring powdery sweetness to this fragrance, and that really describes this fragrance to a T.
What's your take on it?
I like what the website was describing. It opens up with that brightness from the bergamot, and then there's the rose that accompanies it. It's really not going to say there's depth to it, right? So not comparing it like it's a dupe for, but along with the Rose Cherie, I noticed that the Rose Cherie, although I like it because you guys know I love my fruity fragrances, it's a bit more punchy, like on first smell. But with this one, there's depth to this. You know, I'm getting those musk, the almond accord. It makes it almost kind of confectionery. You know, like almost like a dessert to me, or they're having like a dessert-like quality. But then you have like the cedar and the tonka and the sandalwood kind of sitting back and just like leveraging it all. Like I like it a whole lot.
Absolutely. So I agree. So I have Rose Cherie on this side, and on this side I have L'Instant Magique, and I would say I want both of them. I'd say that just right off the bat, but
of course,
I would say Rose Cherie. So I actually own another fragrance by Guerlain that's been discontinued, French Kiss. It has a raspberry, rose, fruity, kind of sweet. Rose Cherie smells quite similar to it or inspired by it. I would say this fragrance here is completely different from another Guerlain fragrance I have. I don't have a fragrance that smells like this at all. I would say there's a dryness to this fragrance in the sense of not dry like overly powdery or something like that. Think of like a powdered sugar or something like that. Not in the sense that it's really sweet, but there's that almondy note. So you get like a kind of a cherry, powdery rosiness. And I would say the rose in this one is the same rose that's used in Rose Cherie to some degree. Now that raspberry or that punchy fruit that's in there with it, a little bit of a tart sweet, that really like amps up Rose Cherie, whereas this one doesn't have that fruitiness. I would say this is more beautiful. I think of a really beautiful ballerina tutu, and it's and when I say tutu, I don't mean like a child wearing a tutu. I mean in the sense of I've actually been to ballet before. If people remember, I'm from New York City. I'm a native New Yorker, Brooklynite. So I've been to those shows and I've seen the beautiful white tutus and the ballerina slender body. It's very romantic, and I love what Guerlain had on their website as far as reading about the inspiration for this fragrance, because I like to kind of like dream and think about that. It mentioned dream, and it's just something dreaming, something romantic, and it's this beautiful pink juice or liquid, and these bottles are pretty for the Legendaire line. They keep these same bottles, so the bottles will change up, but I have so far 2 other fragrances. I actually was sampling another fragrance too, but I'll talk about that in the future. But yeah, it just I really enjoyed it. It's like is this your kind of like scent that you like to smell
on you? Absolutely. When Saida was saying that she was interested in this fragrance and happened to come across it out in Paris, I'm thinking, wow, what are the odds? This is a romantic sort of fragrance. I happen to be out in Paris. The lady that I love requests this, so it just puts like a crescendo on what this fragrance like represents, and like how I experience it on Saida when I smell it on her.
Absolutely, definitely more Rose Cherie still. Let us know, have you brought any new fragrances since we last started filming? Leave us in the comment section. Let us know what you're wearing for summertime. Let us know what you're thinking about fragrances. What are you ready for with the summer? Today's 4th of July. Are you doing something nice today?
Happy 4th of July, everybody. As always, everybody, thank you guys for joining us for another evening with Heaven Sent Boyfriend. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. So until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.
All right, bye.
Bye, guys.